Hey guys, Augiesaint here and welcome to the channel. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. And I'm not sure if you guys have seen, but we are getting Ultimate Valby one day sooner than expected. So I wanted to get this video out to you guys really quick now. It's going to cover a couple of things leading up to it. But before we get into that, just watch this real quick. Look at Ultimate Valby. Look at her just, She's gonna replace Bunny for me. I don't know, man. Bunny might have to get pushed to the side, boys. We might have to go Ultimate Valby main. But as you guys can see there, it has been released the news from Nexon that we are actually getting Ultimate Valby a day sooner. Well, we're getting the whole patch a day sooner. So that leads me into, if you guys were interested in getting Valby, you should totally work on getting yourself some reactors for her this week. I'm going to share with you guys where to get some good reactors for her and just a theory that I have around a build with her ultimate mods coming out. So first of all, let's have a look at the ultimate mods. Now they are over here on the previous patch notes 1.04. So Ultimate Valby's modification modules. Spiral Tidal Wave replaces the bubble bullet, which was difficult to aim, with a projectile that flies straight. Spiral Tidal Wave attracts the impurities of gluttony, making it an excellent choice for intercepting gluttony. Now we don't really know what's going to happen in gluttony, but by the sounds of it, we got to like collect some kind of a impurity and maybe destroy it. Maybe it's an enemy. Maybe this actually has like a pull-in effect, kind of similar to Lepix Grenade. I'm not sure how it's going to go. It's all totally speculations. So I'll have to see what this actually turns into. But as you guys know, if you hop in game right now and we check at Valby, she has her ability Bubble Bullet. It just travels along the ground like bouncing, hits a bunch of enemies, or it even bounces off like surfaces or like little cracks on the ground. So it's not very easy to aim this thing because it just kind of goes all over the place. But it does have a pretty high skill power modifier. My Valby is like barely upgraded at all. I just used her for the Valby runs because I knew that old Valby is coming out, so I didn't really invest into her. If you have a look over to the right there, we have 520% skill power, and that's without even building her up. So if we actually focus on this and build this up, I think this could become very strong, especially if it has that pulling in effect. So it would be really great to actually see what this goes, but I'm actually a little bit more interested in the other one that will change Plop Plop. So let's have a look at the other one. Hydro Pressure Bomb. Instead of Plop Plop, it leaps forward and deals damage to enemies around the landing area. So kind of like an Ajax leap. The more enemies in the laundry state, which is enemies that are affected by her passive, which I'll show you guys in a sec as well, the more powerful the damage, making Hydro Pressure Bomb a strong finishing blow. Instead of diving into the water, leap joyfully forward. Okay. Also, do keep in mind these are both ultimate, these are like her specific ultimate mods, so you will not be able to do any of this on a normal Valby. So let's have a look now. Plop Plop. You guys all know what Plop Plop does. She goes under the water, she pops up somewhere, knocks enemies down, and leaves a big patch of water on the ground. Now this one, if we actually change it over to what they're saying with that ultimate mod, and then to get the most out of using the augment for Plop Plop, you have to actually prime the enemies with cleanup. We all know that cleanup, you should go like that and you don't have unit collision, which is a freaking godsend. I wish Bunny didn't have unit collision, but then she would just utterly break the game. So back to Valby. So my theory is I'm going to try and look for a reactor that is non-attribute dimension to try and scale this damage, and I'm also going to look for a non-attribute and fusion one this week. I'll show you guys in a sec where to get both of those, but my plan is that we can have this as like a primer, so we don't really need to focus on this doing more damage, although it does do pretty decent damage by itself. So if we actually go into building these two, they both do scale off of dimension. That's what's going to be really good if you can get yourself a non-attribute dimension reactor. Because how I plan on doing this, if it works as I think it's going to work, I'm going to use this to kind of prime all the enemies around, so you can actually put them into the laundry or give them the laundry debuff, and then you can use Plop Plop with the augment to actually jump on top of them and kind of use it like a finishing blow. I hope this scales and does a lot of damage. We'll have to see what the ultimate mod actually does to it all, but in saying this, at least these both do share non-attribute dimension, and then the ult and the Bubble Bullet is actually non-attribute fusion. So that's my plan for Valby. I would say go out now, try and farm yourself up a non-attribute dimensional reactor. And then once we do get Valby, I can actually try all this stuff out. I will definitely be making build guides for Valby as soon as we can get our hands on her. So you should totally stay tuned to the channel for that by subscribing and activating the bell. It will help me out and help you out stay up to date with everything Valby. Now let's actually have a look at these reactors real quick. So if we go up to the reactors, I do a weekly video each week where I show you guys where's the best place to farm, because each week this stuff does change, which I'm sure you guys know about. So if we have a look over here, we can go non-attribute and dimension. There is unfortunately not really anything, there's no general rounds. General rounds is always nice to have on these because we mostly have more general rounds weapons, but everybody is starting to get pretty much everything now. So I'm going to go with this because I do like hand cannons. So we see there in the mining site, and I believe this one, yeah, barrier deactivation, that one right there. I'm going to go there and farm this. We're doing this all on stream right now after this video goes up. So come drop on by and say hi. Love to see you guys there. I'm going to go farm my Valby reactor from that, and that should give us the non-attribute dimension one. I know it says singular in the mission there, but this is how the weekly resets work. The tooltips of the missions in the area actually don't change all the time, so it's a little bit wonky, but if you guys follow that menu, just go to the view difficulty level rewards and you can see over there. And if you did want to focus on the other one, I believe it was Fusion. There is a General Rounds one in the Fusion repository. Seizure is the best mission type available. Yeah, so go ahead and do those to get the other reactor. We're going to do that as well because I do want to have both reactors. So go sit there today and try and see what we can farm up. But that's going to be just a short little sweet video letting you guys know Valby is coming soon. Go get yourself some reactors. And I can't wait to dive into actually getting some builds going with Valby. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you liked it, please drop a like and a sub to the channel. Helps me out so much, and I'll catch you beautiful people in the next video as well as the streams. Augiesaint out.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying